Let's be honest, there are days you look at your child and see an angel, but there are days you just want to scream and give up. This morning, you vowed to be gentle. By the afternoon, you were yelling again. You ask yourself, why is it that the more I listen, the more they ignore me? Why do they keep constantly testing my limits? I know you are tired. You are lost between two extremes. On one side is spoiling them until they become entitled. On the other side is iron-fisted discipline until they suffocate. You are afraid. You are afraid because you see yourself in the mirror. Maybe you, like me, grew up in a broken home. A place where meals were soaked in tears. A place where the father, even though sitting right there, was never truly present in mind. Or worse, you grew up with the unreasonable beatings of a stepmother or the coldness of your own flesh and blood. Your childhood was a chaotic mess, and every night you made a promise to yourself, when I have children, I will never be like that. But guess what? Parenting is not a vow. It is action. And the brutal truth is, most of us don't realize how we are destroying our children until it is too late. One day, and that day comes faster than you think, your child will pack their bags and walk out the door. At that moment, when they look back at this childhood, what will they say? Will they say, "Thank you, Mom and Dad. I always felt loved, safe, and understood"? Or will they utter the most painful sentence a child can ever say, "I never felt good enough. No matter what I tried, my parents were never satisfied"? Which sentence do you want your child to say? Don't blame culture. Don't blame the fact that every child is different. Those are just excuses to cover up intellectual laziness. Proper correction has never killed a child, but indifference and invisible wounds can kill their spirit for a lifetime. Do you want to raise a child who is confident and resilient, or a child who is always fearful and starving for affection? The choice is in your hands right now. Today, we won't talk about empty theories from textbooks. We will dissect the raw truth of what it means to be a truly good parent. We will learn how to let go of the ego to build a happy child. If you are ready to face the truth to change your child's future, hit the subscribe button right now, because what I am about to say next might just save the relationship between you and your child forever. Let's get started. You just heard me talk about the pains, about the days you feel helpless. Now, take a deep breath. We are going into the most important part. We will smash the parenting illusions you have been carrying for so many years. Many people ask me, how do I make my child obey? How do I make my child study well? How do I make my child not be naughty? You are asking the wrong questions. The right question should be, how do I stop playing the role of a jailer and start being a guide? Below are 5 brutal truths about parenting that perhaps no one has dared to say straight to your face. Look back at your yesterday. How many times did you look into your child's eyes? And how many times did you look at your phone screen when your child was trying to tell you about a beetle they just found? We live in a busy world. I understand. You have to make money. You have to worry about putting food on the table. But the truth is, a child doesn't need perfect parents. They need present parents. Many parents believe that good parenting is about discipline, about setting iron rules. You think if you tighten the grip, the child will be good. Mistake, that is not the foundation. The foundation is Niktayan. Why does your child grow more distant from you as they get older? Why is it that the more you listen, the less they obey? Because the Wi-Fi between you and your child was disconnected a long time ago. You are trying to download data into a device that is not picking up your signal. When a child does not feel safe, their brain shuts down. They switch to fight or flight mode. At that moment, all you're preaching is just noise. So how to reconnect? Painfully simple. First, throw the phone aside. When your child speaks, look into their eyes. Show them you are more important than this email. Second, shut your mouth and listen. When your child shares, restrain your ego that wants to correct immediately. Don't jump down their throat with lectures. Listen to understand, not to reply. Third, use body language. Science has proven hugs, light touches create bonding hormones. Don't skimp on hugs just because you think they are big now. They don't need it. Only when the child feels deeply connected will they want to cooperate. You cannot control a human being. You can only influence them if they trust you. This is where the ghosts of your past often return. If you grew up with the rod, with screaming, you will tend to repeat that. Or you will go completely the opposite way, spoiling them endlessly for fear of hurting them. Both are disasters. Let's distinguish clearly. Punishment is making the child suffer for their mistakes. It satisfies while you are anger. It teaches the child fear, how to lie to avoid beatings, and how to hide their problems. Discipline is teaching the child how to make better choices. It focuses on the child's FUTUR. Proper correction has never killed a child, but how you correct is the issue. Don't say, "because I said so." That is the answer of a lazy dictator. Explain. Set boundaries with love. Use natural consequences. If the child won't eat dinner, don't force, don't scream. The natural consequence is they will be hungry. If the child breaks a toy because they threw it, the consequence is they no longer have that toy. Simple, cold, but full of education. When you discipline correctly, the child learns self-control and responsibility. When you punish, the child only learns hatred and fear. Do you want your child to fear you or respect you? I see so many parents today acting like helicopters. You hover over your child's head, clearing every obstacle. You are afraid they will fall. You are afraid they will be sad. You are afraid they will fail. Wake up. You are harming your child. If you shield your child from every failure, pain, and difficulty, you are sending them into the adult world with absolutely zero luggage. The world out there is not as kind as your arms. Their boss won't coddle them. The bank won't forgive their debt because they are sad. Let them fall. Let them scrape their knees. Let them get bad grades. Let them fail. That is the only way they grow up. Your job is not to prevent the fall, but to stand there, reach out a hand, and ask, "What did you learn from this fall?" Help them cope with failure themselves. Don't strip away the right to mature from your child's pain. We are obsessed with grades. Math A, physics A. But do you know what the biggest predictor of success is? It is emotional intelligence, EQ. What do parents lacking EQ usually do? Child cries, yell, "Stop it right now! Men don't cry!" Child angry yelled. Who are you giving attitude to? You are teaching your child to bury their emotions. And buried emotions never die. They will explode one day in the form of depression or violence. What do wise parents do? They teach their child to nam the emotion. Instead of forbidding, ask, "You are sad because of what just happened," right? They lead by example. If you get angry and throw things, don't expect your child to be calm when they lose a toy. You are your child's mirror. If you want your child to control emotions, control yourself first. It is allowed to be angry, but it is not allowed to misbehave like hitting a sibling. That is the boundary. That is EQ. Imagine your child brings home a report card, English A, Science B, and Math D. 90% of parents will rush at the DA. Why are you so bad at math? Go to extra math classes immediately. Mistake. What you focus on grows. If you focus on weaknesses, your child will always feel inadequate. Why not look at the English A? Why not hire a writing tutor to turn your child into an excellent writer instead of trying to turn them into an average math student? And let's talk about hobbies. Why does my child play games so much? My wife used to ask. The answer is not prohibition. It is UNDRSTENDIMG. There is something in video games, in comics, in movies that obsesses your child. Don't stand outside judging. Jump in there with them. If they love games, ask them about the plot, about character design. If they love movies, learn with them how a movie is made. If they love reading, read with them. I read Harry Potter 4 times with my children, not because I have too much free time, but because it is a bridge. Books, games are doors to enter the child's inner world. Teach your child how to be passionate about something. Encourage them to self-direct their learning. Don't force them to learn top-down what to learn when to learn. Let them learn like an adult. Learn out of curiosity. Learn out of passion. A child with passion, with intrinsic motivation, will not need you to hold a stick behind them every day. Tonight, when the lights are out and your child is sound asleep, tiptoe into their room and gaze at that angelic face one more time. Watch that little chest rising and falling. And remember, this time is the only thing you can never get back. You only have about 18 summers with them, and how many summers have already drifted by? Don't waste another day playing the role of a jailer or a fake perfect parent. Be a safe harbor. Because later, when they step out into the world, when they face the storms, in the end, your child won't remember every rule you set. They will completely forget the moral lectures you gave at every meal. They won't even remember the silly mistakes that you tormented yourself with every night. But they will remember the feeling you gave them. They will remember the warmth in your voice when they failed. They will remember how you cheered them on when the whole world turned its back. And most importantly, they will remember the safety they felt when they came to you with their hardest problems. That is true good parenting. That is the shield protecting your child for their entire life. Do you want your child to remember you as a source of fear or a place to return to? The choice is in your hands right now. If this video was the wake-up call you needed or the comforting hug you were looking for, don't just watch it and leave it at that. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because this journey of conscious parenting is long, and I want to walk with you in the upcoming videos so we never get lost again. And if you are truly ready to change, ready to upgrade your parenting skills today, click the link in the description below. I have prepared free resources there specifically for you. Start changing, because your child deserves it, and the inner child inside you deserves it too. Goodbye and see you again.